All right, you guys. So today I'm testing out how much camouflage matters in wildlife photography. Quick Camo sent me some new gear today, and I'm super excited to be testing this out. The dynamic morning of weather between sunshine and clouds was tricky. I was hoping the birds would come around the other side of me as to avoid the harsh front lighting at sunrise, but they didn't. And sure enough, the camo was working. I was starting to get chipping sparrows and yellow-rumped warblers approaching me so close I felt like I could reach out and grab them. Oh, dang it. That was stupid of me. People sometimes think that camouflage makes you invincible to kind of any type of sight or I guess being seen by the subject that you're shooting, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Your movement still matters more than anything else, so making an abrupt movement like that was kind of stupid. Dang it. I waited around a little bit longer, but I wasn't getting much. At one point, our friend from our last adventure, the white-headed woodpecker, stopped by to hang out. He didn't come down low, so I wasn't able to capture any good angles of him, but I did get to watch him for a bit. However, this wouldn't be the last time we see him today. As I walked throughout the forest, I noticed that all the small foraging birds seemed to just flock around together. Back before they approached me, I noticed the yellow rumps, chippings, juncos, and other warblers all attracted to the sound of the fiesta that was going on at each feeding location and following each other around. So when the core group moved to my area, they all naturally followed, and when the core group left, they all naturally left. Attracted to the protection of the flock, they kept moving alongside one another. I finally had found the new area that they were feeding at, perfectly set with an open clearing, low bushes, tall bushes, and coniferous trees. So I'll be honest with you guys, I've used some of Quick Camo's gear way before they sponsored this video and I've always loved it. But one of the things I was always a little bit skeptical about was using this mask hat get up here, because I was kind of worried about this blocking my vision very much, and I just wasn't sure if this would be kind of annoying when it's tucked up in the hat like you saw earlier, but so far I've just been loving it. It hasn't obstructed my vision at all. The hat's super well made, and it's one of the only leafy kind of hats I've seen of this quality. And the face mask attached to it is just amazing. You can't find it anywhere else. It's patented by them. Super, super cool. And the rest of their stuff is awesome too. I love the ghillie suit and the gloves, as you guys already know from other reviews that I've wound up doing. But overall, been really enjoying their gear so far, and I think it's really helped me out. So I'm gonna put it to the test a little bit more and gonna try to capture some of these birds up here. And I think I might actually try the bucket hat out next. Ooh, I cannot believe that just worked. I just crept around like a turtle from this tree and was able to get shots of this chipping sparrow right in front of me, maybe about 7 feet away.
was totally unbothered by my presence. It was about 7 feet away, preening, just fluffing up its feathers the whole time, whereas usually the ones in this area that I'm familiar with flush from maybe about 20-25 feet away. So that totally worked, and that was really...
A second later, a mountain chickadee popped out of the brush to inspect what was going on. I moved incredibly slowly and stayed super still as he or she observed me and got incredibly close up to me. I literally could have touched it. The bird was so close, I actually found myself having to zoom out to 300 millimeters. Warblers also swarmed around the tree, and while I didn't get any great shots of them, it was refreshing to see some yellow in the mix as well.
So something else that Quick Camo told me when they sent me this bucket hat to try out was that it helps break up the form and human silhouette, which I think in the case of the mountain chickadee right now helped out quite a bit. The mountain chickadee was curious, but I think it was also partially trying to figure out kind of what I was, which helped me get even closer, or helped it come even closer to me. I know in some parts of the world, chickadees are really bold, come right up to humans and even feed out of their hands, but these ones here are really wild, virtually never see humans, and I know that they've never approached me like that before in the past. If you guys are interested in getting any Quick Camo gear that you've seen today in the video, Quick Camo is offering a 10% discount on all of their products through today's sponsored video, so make sure to check it out in the description below.
I thought my journey was over for the day, but I had one last encounter to witness. Apparently, it's been a good month for me to see white-headed woodpeckers. On the way back, I had another encounter in the shade of giant trees with one. I got into position and eventually it made its way closer to me, allowing me to observe its behavior for a solid 20 minutes. Since I got great photos of it in my last adventure, I didn't really focus too much on that, but rather wanted to document its behavior a little more. Surprisingly, with as much as I've seen it recently, this bird is actually poorly documented and not much is known about it due to its quiet lifestyle. So, what happened next will blow your mind. First, it climbed this tree. Then, when it got near the top, it hopped over to this tree. Then, it climbed down that tree. Then, when it got to the bottom, it hopped over to this tree. Then, it climbed up this tree. Super exciting. But, in the life of a woodpecker, this is his duty. During this encounter, at one point, I was so invisible that a chipmunk came right up next to me about 5 feet away, and then when I had a slight movement to try to photograph it, it noticed me and let out the scream of its life and ran like a rat with rabies off into the thicket. What a funny guy. And as always, it's great to be out in nature. If you want to purchase any Quick Camo gear, check out my discount in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, I'd be honored if you subscribed, and I'll see you guys next time.